Live coverage from Birmingham today with a lot of games from tip at 9 o'clock this morning all the way through the evening hours. And tomorrow, Sylacauga and Winona will tip it off tomorrow night about 7:30. And Coach Jones joins us this morning. And Coach, we talked late last week, and here we are a day away from the tip. How things going so far?
Things are going great. We were able to go down and win the regional championship, Montgomery, on last Wednesday, Thursday. It's been so long now.
Yeah.
The day
you saw Winona the next day, right?
I did. After we finished our region, Winona and Hayden was playing at Jacksonville State, and somehow I mustered up enough strength to ride up that highway to Pete Matthews Coliseum, and I was able to see the game between Hayden High School and Winona High School. And it was a really, really close game, back and forth. I think Winona's speed and their ability to press Hayden finally got the win.
Sound like Sylacauga, doesn't it?
It does. I think they try to press a little bit more than we do because my style of coaching is if the press is working, we will stay. If it's not, we will back out of it. We're not going to give up more layups than we do turnovers. So at Montgomery against Selma, fourth quarter, they were tired, and it was the perfect time to jump in the press, and it worked to perfection. But you got to be smart about pressing. We prepared for them to press. We spent overtime on press breaks, and but it's not like live. But at least you will have an idea of where you're supposed to be and how to attack the press.
What's the key to breaking a press like Winona offers?
Passing. You got to pass the basketball. You don't want to put the ball on the floor. You don't want to hold the ball too long, and you want to get rid of it before the trap gets there. Yeah. So that you got to get it out of your hand, get it to the next open man.
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble if you hold it too long.
Yeah. Winona, a perennial power in high school basketball.
They are. In fact, we played them in 2013, and they had some superb athletes, some kids that went on to next level, D1 players, and they beat us pretty soundly in the first round. And they're always going to be somewhere near the playoffs, the Final Four. It's a school that has great athletes. They have great athletes, and they get the most out of those kids over there.
Coach Joel Jones segment this morning brought to you by Bulldog Barbecue on Highway 280 here in Sylacauga. The city of Sylacauga has embraced this Aggie basketball program.
Like none other. I mean, I can truly say I've been around here for years upon years, 30 plus, 30 and beyond. And I have never seen this town as galvanized as it is right now. I have never seen this town so excited, just so supportive of this Aggie basketball team. And it's from the top to the bottom. It's everybody is excited.
So you practiced yesterday, you'll practice again today, and what's the itinerary as far as going to Birmingham?
Let me speak on that practice. I was watching the guys yesterday at practice, and they seemed a little sluggish. We turned the ball over. We didn't have that pep. And I said, what's really going on here? And I related that to the way I feel right now. I'm tired. Those kids are tired of practicing. We played last Wednesday, and we haven't played since. So we've practiced about 4 times without playing a ball game. So I realized that, hey, let's get into something a little fun right now. Let's get through tomorrow, and let's have a walk through today.
So you kind of backed off just a little bit.
I did, and it was a strategy, but and I think it's going to be fine. Those kids, they rise to the occasion. They normally rise to the occasion. So, you have to have a vision. You have to understand that, hey, You just can't come in and pound every day. They get tired of doing the same thing. So you have to kind of change the routine and kind of get their attention, bring it back to the focal point.
Talk about the senior leadership of this Aggie club.
Again, you know, out of nowhere, here comes Jordan Roberson, and I'm not just talking about it in a small way. He's leading. He's starting to draw attention from colleges now. He's on the right platform, which was the region, and now he'll be on the Final Four platform. If he goes in and have the type of performance that he did at the region, I think somebody down there will sign that kid.
Talk about his physique, of what size he is.
Jordan is probably a 5'10" guard, handles the basketball, shoots the basketball, defends well, and he's a great leader as well. So he's not a weak kid. His size, he's about 170 pounds, and he has speed, and he's just a typical kid, ideal kid to have on your team, especially right now, the way he's playing the game. Of course, Aiden Crow, again, he's a quiet leader. He's even quieter than Jordan. But he's going to have to shoot the ball well for us at the Final Four. He's going to have to rebound the ball well for us at the Final Four. And if he can handle those two things, rebounding and shooting, he's going to be a big plus for Sylacauga Aggie basketball at the Final Four.
Reaching the Final Four, you went through the Elite Eight in Montgomery and Alabama State University, and you go to Birmingham, and that's a different animal as far as shooting the basketball and hitting that floor. As a matter of fact, yesterday a piece of the floor came up in one of the games.
You know, you're exactly right. It's nothing like getting playing in that Final Four tournament. Everything is different. I mean, the atmosphere is different. The locker rooms are different. Everything is amped up. It's very special. So when you get there, you need to soak it all in. But after you soak it all in, you need to settle down and let's go play basketball. Because the court doesn't change, the rims doesn't change. You have to defend and you have to score. You have to be able to shoot the basketball. And we did. The second game at Alabama State, we were able to shoot the ball the way we were capable of shooting it. I expect that to carry over.
What are keys other than shooting the basketball? Well, there are other keys other than defense. There's other keys to success for this Aggie team.
Well, we have to handle that pressure. We have to go attack the rim, but attack it under control. And when they help, we got to be under control well enough to find the open player, inside out. And when we
so you got to think, right?
You have to be thinking. I don't want to say defense because you said there's other, but you know that's the major. You have to be poised. You can't go out there and from what I understand, I may not maybe I shouldn't say this, but some teams are arrogant. Some teams are going to try to talk and say things to get you out of your rhythm. We have to cut the noise out. I don't want us to get into verbal confrontations on the floor. I want us to play under control, mentally and physically.
I saw a team yesterday, and the score was tied with a minute to go in the game, 60-60. Team was fouled. They go to the free throw line. It was fouled on a three-point shot. He missed all 3 free throws. I tell my grandson, I said, those free throws are so important. I know they are for you guys too.
You know, that's not one of our strengths. So kids have got to go up there and be poised enough to make free throws. Those are your freebies. And I don't want to miss one. I mean, it ticks me off if we miss one. So when they go to the line, I'm just hoping that we can knock down free throws. And that's not one of our strengths, but we do practice free throws every day for whatever reason. Now, I won't say overall, because we do have 2 or 3 kids that's probably is going to make free throws at a 90% clip.
And you would think you're shooting free throws, there's nobody guarding you, you're stepping to the line, but there's something about the mentality of that, it just messes my mind up a lot of times.
And that's at every level. You know, even in the collegiate level, you have guys that can shoot it at a 90% clip. And then you have guys, collegiate players, shoots under 60% from the foul line. So it's a thing that it's not just Sylacauga Aggie basketball that struggles a little. It's basketball overall. Kids just, I think it's just a lack of practice.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
Overall.
All right. Be leaving for the game tomorrow. Tips at 7:30. Going to leave later tomorrow, I guess?
You know, tomorrow we will have a big pep rally at the high school at 2:50, and we'll get us a meal in at 1, and we'll load that bus up at 2 o'clock, because we want to get there before the 4 o'clock tip-off of Gunnersville and what's that other team? Gunnersville.
Viger.
Thanks. Hey, you know, I'm lucky to be able to get anything out right now. It's been so much coming at us as coaches and as basketball players, and for the most part, we're passing every test. So
that's a good thing.
But thanks for the help with the Viger.
Hey, Coach, thank you for coming this morning. Good luck to the Aggies tomorrow night, and let's get to that state championship and bring that blue map home.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
All right. More Daybreak coming up right after this.